胡藤老树下，当年孩童骑大马，说是长大之后就仗剑走天涯，青梅与竹马，还有儿时。
Hello.
Good evening, good morning, good night, wherever you're in the world. Welcome to the Common-Tator podcast, where we discuss some fuss about our lives and serve some justice through telling people stories. Today we have Holly.
Hi.
Lucas.
Hello.
And me, Alex. Hi. So today our topic is going to be discussing about Asian hate crime. Holly would like to start us off with stories.
Okay, so today we are going to talk about 3 stories. First is an 89-year-old grandma who was burned alive in Brooklyn. The second one is Christina Yuna Lee and Michelle Go. Christina Yuna Lee was stabbed to death in her apartment after a man followed her. And Michelle Go was pushed onto the train tracks in front of a train and she died. So, have you guys noticed an increase in anti-Asian crime since the pandemic started?
Yeah. Many Asian Americans blame former President Donald Trump for ratcheting up the danger by talking about the virus and racially, and in racially charged terms.
A little bit about, can you guys give a little bit facts regarding the increase in anti-Asian crime since the pandemic began?
It increased by a whopping 339%.
Nationwide?
Yeah.
Okay, do you guys want to give us a little bit of Asian history?
Okay, so during, ever since Chinese or Asian people in general have set foot in American soil, we have been quote-unquote productive from building railroads for the Americans through opening shops, grocery shops, any shops.
Restaurants.
Yeah, restaurants, and basically serving the community overall. But we have been dealt with many racism as being called model minority. It's the model minority myth that's been created over time through Asians. And a lot of stereotypes, including what Albert said about Donald Trump saying the Kung flu or the Chinese virus.
Why do you think that the hate has been increasing? Why are they blaming Asians specifically?
I think they're blaming Asians specifically because people believe that the virus originated in China and people from China migrated to the US and spreaded it to everyone.
Or they could have, during the pandemic, lost their jobs and they were blaming it on Asians because they didn't want to blame it on themselves. They're just finding someone to blame it on. It's really directed to like a certain group every time there's a problem.
Almost in the entire human history, we have been blaming each other since the dawn that we've been born, like from Jews, from the Nazis, and through
That's very true.
Through like the Japanese in America. Yep, the Chinese in the pandemic right now. It's just been an overall constant rate of blaming over time.
What do you think we should do about it?
Well, we should do activism, protesting. Like, the Asian community has been very much silent through history, and I think it's time to step up because we should end all of this. We should end all the bloodshedding of our people.
But it never really truly ends for some reason. Okay.
Well, if we speak out, if we show love and protest, we might as well end this.
Most people are really tired, and Asian crimes quadrupled by 73% according to NBC News.
But through these times, Asians were oppressed through stereotypes, racism, but we fought it through by being silent. We were just there as they got tired out, or you could say that. That through history, we have always been silent. We have been a very silent race. We have not been protesting for the couple decades, even though we have been facing racism on a daily basis. Chinese were, especially the Chinese, we have been very silent overall. Through from kids to adults, we were, even though we were like dealt with racism, and I would like Lucas to continue.
I think Asians are just scared to protest. Maybe they don't want to stir the drama. Like, yeah.
About that 89-year-old grandma, there's this rapper in Chinatown called China Mac. He made a song called "They Can't Burn Us All." I think he called it that because the 89-year-old woman or grandma was burned by two 13-year-olds. Imagine if that was your grandma. But he named it kind of after her. Well, not like after her, like regarding her incident. We're gonna play it right now.
America, dear America, why they hate you run deep in America? Why they wanna kill me in America? Is it me or is it cause they scared of us? Moment of truth, they show their colors when the virus hit. I'm American, fuck if you don't acknowledge it. Hate to see my people running on some coward shit. Gotta fight for what you want or be powerless. Yeah, bring the power to the people. Long as I'm alive, we will never be beneath you. Racists in their hearts, we will never be their equal. Time to fight us now, there will never be a sequel. They want us to fight instead of unify. Want us to fail, they trick us all with hidden lies. Got us all oppressed, keeping us minimized. Fear we rise as kings, I see it in their eyes. The world is yours, the world is yours. Said America, dear America, why they hate you run deep in America? Why they wanna kill me in America? Is it me or is it cause they scared of us? Yo, let me tell you about our history. Back when they hit our ancestors with that trickery. Had us in a frenzy, we was working till we empty. They had us minding gold, but we was barely making pennies, yeah. Do you know where our pain at? Do you know? Who you think built them train tracks? Do you know? What we contribute can't erase that. Put in blood, sweat, and tears, tell them this is payback. God bless America. Racist America, they hate us in America, but we help make America. Said America, dear America, why they hate you run deep in America? Why they wanna kill me in America? Is it me or is it cause they scared of us? Said America, dear America, why they hate you run deep in America? Why they wanna kill me in America? Is it me or is it cause they scared of us?
Wow, that was something. What do you guys think about the poem?
I thought it was very inspirational and awareness, like I'm very aware.
What about you, Lucas?
I agree.
There were some quotes that really stuck out to me, like mining gold but like barely making pennies. That really stood out because like this is like my ancestor, and they were just like mining dang gold, but they were making pennies. What do you guys? Were there any quotes that stuck out for you?
I love how he says that they want us to fight instead of unite, because that really stand out to me. They want us to be separate. They want us to divide us instead of being united as one single nation without like any discrimination, without any division. It's all about unity, and this is just being separated by the hatred.
He also said there will never be a sequel if you fight now. It's like, well, he didn't word it like that, but I worded it like that. And like a sequel is like a second book in like the beginning of the story. And it's like, if you fight now, there wouldn't be like another story. Were there any quotes that stuck out to you?
He also said, gotta fight for what you want or you'll be powerless, and I agree.
Let us listen to this interview of China Mac.
Alright, so basically it sparked when I seen a video of an 89-year-old grandmother. She got attacked in Brooklyn, and then she was set on fire. They poured kerosene on her, and they attempted to set on fire, but she was smart enough to like, put it out. But nonetheless, it was like, it really hit home for me.
Yeah.
Because prior to that, I seen so many other videos of Asians getting attacked, and they were all women and elderly, and like, you know, and it always bothered me. And then to see that happen in a neighborhood that was close to mine.
Yeah.
And also, she wasn't just Asian, she was Chinese, and she spoke Cantonese, which is what so when I looked at the video, I saw my grandmother, you know what I'm saying?
Word, of course.
And I was just like, yo, man, this is getting out of hand. And people just starting to, like, people feeling like they could just do it with no repercussions. So I was like, nah, I gotta say something. And then so I just made a post, and then I said, we're gonna go to Bensonhurst in Brooklyn, and we're gonna rally. And then we brought out more than 500 people in less than a week. And this is Asians don't even, like, we're not even used to this type of stuff. Like, this is not stuff that we do, you know. I mean, it's a stereotype, but it's also true, because nobody is saying anything. Really, it's crazy. And you know, I'm like, yo, why is nobody saying anything? Like, people should say, like, everybody, like, when things happen to the black community, boom, people talk about it. Things happen to the Mexican community, boom, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's repercussions for every other community, Jewish community, everybody, you know what I'm saying? Except when it comes to Asians,
right?
You know, and I feel like, yo, I feel like that's over. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's run its course. And I feel like that we shouldn't allow that to happen to us. You know, I'm not sitting here trying to, like, you know, do no race, like a race war or anything. I'm just looking at the people and saying, hey, it's time to toughen up a little bit.
We just listened to China Mac giving a little, like, you know, interview, like, speech kind of thing. And were there anything that stood out to you, like quotes that he said?
Oh, I love how he said that there is always like, we Asians, I'm not quoting exactly, but he just putting in context that Asians were mostly silent. They didn't stood up for themselves, but compared to other races, we're the most silent group out of them all. I mean, yeah. And it basically is true. And
He also said what really sparked him, even though he saw, like, other Asian women and elderly getting attacked, was that this 89-year-old grandma was set on fire, but she was smart enough to avoid it. But what he saw was, he saw his grandma in there, and that really made him want to, like, get involved in this movement, because it could be his own grandma.
I agree with Alex that people make a big fuss about, like, they make a big deal if other people are getting
Attacked, like,
yes,
George Floyd.
but, like, people don't really like they don't really make a big deal when Asians are the ones getting attacked.
Asians don't really make a voice. Other communities, like with George Floyd, they've been all, you know, like, the incident happened, it blew up, but, like, there's so much attacks that, like, Asian attacks that are online, but, like, no one really says anything.
yeah, including especially Asian history. There is, I doubt if you go in front of anyone in New York City, they will be confused. Like, what did the Chinese do in America? What did the Chinese bring to America? It's always going to be an empty void that our history, our heritage will be silent. And including this basically mentions our, like, our protesting, our voices. We're mostly silent, and that kept our history silent as well.
I don't think he necessarily meant for us to toughen up, like, start beating other people up. Just, like, don't stand for it. They're gonna just start pushing, like, it's like pushing the turtle until it snaps.
So far, we're gonna end it there. I hope you guys have a good afternoon, good evening, good night. This is from Common-Tators podcast. Thank
Signing
you
out.
for having
Bye.
us.
See you next time.
See you next time.
孩童骑大马，说是长大之后就仗剑走天涯，青梅与竹